Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles the Bansu, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a very serious show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, it is streaming for free on Apple Podcasts and Spotify on the DREAMERSPRO podcast that we have pinned in the comment section below. Now, let me get into this topic here. So there was a story that's still breaking, but broke recently, surrounding NBA player Josh Giddey, who plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder, who's under investigation for having a relationship with a minor, underage girl. And more information is coming out, and we're actually going to touch on that later today. And obviously depends on which order you're watching the shows that we're producing. So I was recently on vacation, a short break with my family. And I was going through the channel's analytics, just checking on the comments, seeing what the community was saying. And I kept on seeing comments from, some of our viewers saying, Josh Giddey. We're hearing about the Josh Giddey investigation. And at the time, I was kind of on the move, so I didn't have much time to really, sit down and go through the information. So yesterday in the evening, I was like, okay, let me look into this. So I looked into it, and I said, you know what? Today I'm going to touch on it. And I want to quickly read from what I read on a show that we produced, and it says, I want to read into this. It says, NBA is investigating, we're reading from the Daily Mail. It says, NBA is investigating allegations that Oklahoma City Thunder's Josh Giddey had an inappropriate relationship with a minor after pictures of them, including one where she boasted about having bleep with him, were posted on social media. The article then continues on. The NBA is looking into allegations that Oklahoma City Thunder's rising star Josh Giddey had an inappropriate relationship with a minor. Pictures and videos of Giddey with a girl, including one where she boasted about having sex with him, were posted on social media in recent days. NBA spokesman Mike Bass said the NBA is looking into the allegations of Oklahoma City Josh Giddey's having an inappropriate relationship with a minor that have emerged via social media. And then continues on to say Giddey, who's 21 years old, was selected by the Thunder with the 6th overall pick in 2020, drafted in an NBA draft, and has emerged as one of their key players. In one of the images posted online, the girl is seen bragging about them having together with Giddey. And then the article then goes on to say a few other things. The picture is in which a shirtless Giddey stood behind her is captioned, just bleeped Josh Giddey. Another shows the Australian player with his arm around her body, and his caption, he says, hey. And then the article goes on to say a few other things. So in the show that we produced, I was discussing the silence from Malika Andrews. Now, if you know anything about Malika Andrews, she works for ESPN, and Malika Andrews presents herself as a playful yet virtuous person is always seeking justice. And whenever a situation arises, she always sticks her nose in it and comments on it. But I've noticed something about her, and a lot of people have noticed something about her, which is Malika Andrews always has this energy and this righteous indignation whenever there's a situation involving black men. I don't know if you guys know Malika Andrews is half black. If you look at her, you can clearly see that. You don't need to go through DNA testing to figure it out. You can just look at her and tell what her background is. So, as a black man saying this, so one would begin to ask the question: why is Malika Andrews always going after black men? Now, some people say, "But why do you know this? How are you saying that she's only going after black men? Can you give me some examples?" I'll absolutely do that. Look at the situation involving Ime Udoka and the Boston Celtics. As a matter of fact, Malika Andrews turned herself into judge, jury, and executioner during the time that that story was blowing up, and she went on ESPN's First Take Stephen A. Smith show to basically scold Stephen A. Smith about how he was trying to turn women into victims in that moment, and she had already come to the conclusion that Ime Udoka was the one at fault. When we later found out that, as a matter of fact, it was a consensual relationship, and her default position was attack Ime Udoka. Then you had the situation surrounding the replacement coach in Joe Mazzulla. She brought up his past, where he had some unsavory moments. She had no issue bringing that up. And then we got into the situation involving Brandon Miller as of recent, where she was bringing up an incident that he was involved in, but he was in charge for. And she had no problem bringing this up on draft night. But then we noticed a situation with Dana White where he hit his wife. We didn't hear anything from her. We noticed the situation surrounding Brett Favre. We didn't hear anything about her. And now this situation arises, and many of us are sitting back asking the question, Malika, where's your voice on this? This situation is involving women, so I'm sure, and all reports are saying that it involves a minor at that. So we would love to hear your stance on this. Now, someone made the comment in the comment section, which was this. They said that, well, it's not a minor. We're hearing various reports and all of this. I didn't say that Malika Andrews should come out and convict the guy. What I'm saying is I want to hear you talk about it. Before any decision was reached and some of those other matters, she went out there and lent her voice to the situation. What's stopping her now? That didn't stop her from talking about Ime Udoka's situation. That didn't stop her from talking about Joe Mazzulla's situation. That didn't stop her from talking about Brandon Miller's situation on NBA draft night. So why is it stopping her now? Why is it stopping her now? The situation involving Dana White. Yeah, it's a different sport, but is his wife still not a woman? Help me figure this out. So, okay, so the sports, the fact that it's a different sport, that's what stopped you from commenting on it? Okay, fine. I grant you that. Now we're talking about the NBA. Where's Malika's voice? Here's why I think Malika is not talking about this. I think black men are low-hanging fruit. I think it's low-hanging fruit, and it's an easy target for her. Because she knows that if she does it, everyone will pile on. It's going to be easy for her to do that. But when it comes time to criticizing people that look like people you date, it's a little bit tricky. Here's the fundamental difference between a Malika Andrews and myself, for example. Dreamers Pro, we have various different people that work here. Me, black, Italian, Canadian. We all work on this show together. When we produce these shows, I'm speaking about these topics from a position of truth and consistency. The people that work with us, or the Dreamers Pro team, they know that I'm not out here targeting white men. They know that I'm just speaking the reality on the situation. They understand this from an intrinsic level. They know that I'm not racist by bringing this up. They know this. They know this because when there's other issues, I discuss it. So we're still waiting to hear Malika Andrews comment on this, and she won't. She won't. It's easy for her to go after black guys. It's very easy. I've yet to hear her go after someone that looks like the person she's dating. I've yet to see it happen. I've yet to see it happen. I've yet to see it. We're still waiting on it. I'm still waiting for the moment. Now, some people will say, "Oh, you're making it about race." My brother, when you notice a particular pattern, you shouldn't be accusing me. You should be asking the person that's always mute when it comes to other people from another ethnic group. Don't ask me. This is not me. I'm pointing out what is existing in front of us. I'm just pointing it out. Now, me highlighting means that I'm race baiting, then that's your bloody business. I'm going to say what I see. Period. End of story. There are a lot of whites that have no issue with what I'm saying. There are a lot of blacks that have no issue with what I'm saying. And there are going to be whites that have an issue with what I'm saying. There are going to be blacks that have an issue with what I'm saying. It's up to you to discern that. But what I am going to do is tell you what I think. And this is what I'm noticing. She never keeps that same energy. She never talks to her white male counterparts the way she does to her black male counterparts on her show. I've never seen it happen. She's cut off Matt Barnes. She's cut off Kendrick Perkins. All of these people. When it comes to Dave McMenamin and other guys and Brian Windhorst, I never see any of this. I never see any of this. And I'm just trying to ask, where's the consistency here? And I think that's the reason you're not going to see it. It's too close to home. It's too close to home, and then it gets a little bit awkward. So we'll go after the black guys. And guess what? I'm a black person. I'm a black guy. And I'm going to be offended by it. And if you target me, I'm going to call you out for targeting me. I will. I'm sorry. And if that makes some people feel uncomfortable, so bloody be it. That's for y'all to feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to sit here and just keep dealing with these attacks constantly on black men to make you feel comfortable. You must be out of your rabbit ass mind. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.